I think we might be live. Looks like we are live. Looks like we are live. Yes, we are. Wonderful. Welcome everybody. Welcome to yet another beautiful day here in Tokyo with clear blue skies and a chilly but still quite comfortable temperature of 12 degrees. I'm here in my local neighborhood, Tamagawa, and today I plan to take you, some of you might have been wondering about the slightly cryptic title, but I'm planning to walk to a place called Jidayubori, which is kind of like a historical theme park where a slice of historical Japan has been recreated with some old kind of old houses in a kind of countryside setting. It's a few kilometers away from here, so yeah, I think it will take me about 45 minutes maybe or so to get there, depending on how many times I get lost. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good walk. I had to stay here in my local neighborhood today because, surprise, I'm finally getting a haircut. I have a haircut appointment here booked later this afternoon, so I couldn't venture too far away from home today. So but yeah, I think it will be a nice walk, and it's the kind of weather and I'm in the kind of mood where I kind of want to walk more in like residential areas rather than the busy central part of Tokyo. It certainly is about time to get a haircut, yes. Those of you who has followed me for a while knows that it's long overdue. Last time I had a haircut was before I went to Sweden, so sometime like 5 months ago. So yeah, it's certainly time to do something about the mess on top of my head, just in time for Christmas. So I guess that will be my most appreciated Christmas gift to my wife. And for those of you who are unfamiliar about where we are, so Tamagawa is a residential, well, kind of both residential and a bit of a business district in the south of Tokyo, just to the border of Kanagawa Prefecture in Setagaya Ward. So and yeah, as I mentioned many times before, I live pretty close to here, so this area tend to appear quite often on my channel. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe my daughter won't recognize me. That would be very sad if that was the case. Bit of construction going on here, but I think we can pass. Easy construction work. So I guess I have to do that also kind of long overdue Patreon only stream soon. Once I have had my haircut, and see how many of you might recognize me. Maybe I will look like a completely new person because it's been so long. So I'm heading to Jidayubori, which is kind of close to Seijo Gakuen Mae, kind of in that neighborhood. Wait. Let me walk along the Tama River for a while. It's such a nice weather, so let's take the river route for this first little section. Coffee time, yes. I do plan to grab a cup of coffee sometime, somewhere along the route. I just had a big lunch actually. Some Nepalese curry. It was delicious. Wig is a good option. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I can bring my old hair back in a plastic bag and have a wig made out of it. Further than Kinuta Park. Yeah, Kinuta Park is pretty close. It's like half an hour or less from here. Jidayubori is a little bit further. I'll probably take a bus back afterwards. I've ever climbed to the top of Fushimi Inari Jinja. Yes, I think I have. I don't know. Actually, it's a long time since I last went there, but I'm pretty sure I saw most of it on my first visit. Not 100% sure though. Can we find an Edo town around here? Yeah, kind of. Not really around here, but. Once I get it's about I think 45 minutes or so of walking, so by my standards, yes, it's around here. By most people's standards, it's probably not within walking distance from here. Have you been to this historical park before? Yes, I went once with my wife. We went on a long walk before Minnie was with us. We went there and it was really nice. Then I think for a pretty long time it was closed because they were doing some like renovations, but now from the information I gathered it seems like it should be open today, but who knows, maybe it's closed. Maybe I go there and it's closed, then it will be a big anticlimax. Thank you, YL. Thank you for the super chat. That's half my coffee money. Thank you so much. Have I considered donating my hair? I wouldn't mind doing so, but I don't know if there's any easy way to do that here in Japan. Can't say if I've ever. Oops. Just turned red just as I was passing. Haven't heard of an easy way of doing that actually, but maybe I should ask the hairdresser. So this scenery is very familiar for most of my regular viewers, I guess, but today I will be heading down this way. Mostly following this river, this smaller river, Nogawa. I will follow that river for most of today's walk. And then of course over there we have Tamagawa, which is the big river that separates, which is the border between Tokyo and Kanagawa Prefecture in the south. Like we already have 200 people watching. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Shadow reveal. Yesterday was crazy. Yeah, you mean the super chats yesterday? Yeah, they were nice. They were crazy. Thank you so much, those of you who took part in that. I don't expect that we will get anywhere near that level today, but I guess I should never say never. It's pretty windy, yeah. I'm not sure if you can hear the wind noise, but it is a little bit windy here. I had very nice walking paths in the Edo area. We're not there yet, Brad. Not there yet. Will you hang out on Christmas? Yeah, I'm thinking about what to do for Christmas. I mean, personally, I already know what I'm doing, but in terms of this channel, I guess since I didn't do a Patreon only stream last weekend, maybe I should try to do a Christmas stream instead. That would be nice. It's been a while since my last Patreon only stream, so I should do one soon. Otherwise, the plan is just to have some family time. My wife's family is coming over, so we're having dinner together. Rockaway Siren, thank you so much for the super chat. Do I eat at KFC at Christmas? No, I never eat at KFC. Certainly not on Christmas. That seems like the most stupid idea ever. Christmas, you should eat nice things, not awful junk food. I can hear the wind noise. Yeah, I can imagine. It is a bit windy here. Right now I'm kind of in this very open space. So, but I will soon get into more like denser neighborhoods. So then I think the wind will be less obtrusive. What about my plans to move back to Europe? They're a little bit on hold right now. Probably until the whole pandemic thing gets better. Right now, traveling internationally seems like a pretty bad idea. So for the time being, I will just stay here in Japan and keep walking with you. But maybe sometime next year we might start the whole moving process. Hello Olive, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Rumbluck would have liked this. I like it too. Hi. Have I given much thought about moving to Fukuoka? No, not really. Hey! Hey there, friend. Oh. As usual, cats don't like me too much. At least this one didn't run away. So I guess that's a positive thing. But no, moving to Fukuoka is... I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but moving cities, moving to a complete opposite side of Japan would be a big step for our entire family, almost as big as moving to Sweden. And as Sweden or Scandinavia is where we see our long-term future, yeah, it would just be too difficult to move to Fukuoka first, I think. What about this? Oh, okay. It looked like it could have been a cafe, but it's not. It was a hair salon, I think. Mr. Miyazaki, you're always working. Yeah, recently you've always been working when I'm streaming. Busy you. I guess that's a good thing. So yeah, I think I will have to settle for a convenient coffee today, because I don't think there's gonna be many coffee shops that I'm passing on this walk. Is fishing allowed in this river? Not sure. Not sure actually. Oh, big bird. It's allowed to birds. This guy is allowed to fish here, but I don't think people are fishing here. But sometimes you see people fishing in Tama River. This might actually be the first time I'm walking on this side of the river. I'm always, for some reason, walking on that side. Big changes, I know. Dramatic changes. There's some kind of nice, quite humble, but still nice houses here. Would you consider carrying some cat treats? I don't know. Nah, not really. Cones. Big love to Brad Ward for the Christmas spirit support yesterday. Yeah, thank you, Brad. That was very kind of you. Hate those golf nets. Yeah, they're quite ugly. I think this is a baseball field. Yeah. But yeah, they are indeed ugly. You're welcome. Thanks, Brad. Yeah, really appreciate you and all my other long-time supporters. You have probably been as important, or more important maybe, to me than the other way around. Katsuobushi. Yeah, Mr. Miyazaki. Does cats like katsuobushi? I guess they should. It has a pretty strong fishy smell, so. It's nice and quiet here. I'm basically just hearing the sound of the river and some birds chirping. Not all cats like katsuobushi. Is that so? Interesting. Crazy word. All of them. I'm getting contradicting information here from my viewers. That cat's very good. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah, it is. As you can see on the trees, it's a little bit windy. So if you can't hear the wind, I think they are doing a pretty good job. Very un-Tokyo. I wouldn't say it is. This is kind of what I would say what most of Tokyo looks like, actually. People think that the busy parts and like Shibuya and Shinjuku, that's like what all of Tokyo looks like, but actually the vast majority of the surface of Tokyo is made out of residential area, which often looks pretty much like this. A lot of people say it gets lonely for foreigners in Japan after a few months. Do you think that's true? I really think it depends on what kind of person you are. Yeah. It depends. Like if you're coming here and just expect to be able to live life the same as you did back in your home country, without learning the language and the local culture and the local customs, then it might be difficult to make friends or have a social life. But for me, I don't know, I felt the opposite. I felt that my social life got way richer and more fun and exciting after moving to Tokyo. And basically it was like that until the pandemic. But yeah, I do meet a lot of people who come here and doesn't really put in much effort into getting integrated, and those people will probably feel quite lonely after a while. Either lonely or stuck in a small gaijin or expat bubble where they only hang out with other non-Japanese people. But I mean, when I came here I was in my mid-20s and I went out a lot. I was like going out, eating, drinking all the time, and I met so many people just from that. And it didn't take long until I had a big group of friends to hang out with. So yeah, it really depends. I think it also depends where you're from. I mean, I'm from Sweden. We are not the most social persons or social people in general. If you're coming from a more like outgoing country, maybe it's a bit different. I don't know. Tokyo Paul. My goal in 2021 was to make friends. Did you succeed? Did you manage to make any friends this year? I don't don't know, on a personal level, I think the last 2 years has been maybe my most lonely years ever. Largely because of the pandemic, but also because I became a father, and that really, meant that all my free time was spent with my family. So I hope that next year will be a bit more social. The fact that she's in a nursery now means that I have a little bit more time to do things, including socializing. So I think and hope that next year will be more social for me. So there's a Family Mart down there. Let's get a Family Mart coffee. Were you already planning on returning to Sweden pre-pandemic? Yeah, basically for as long as I can remember, it's always been my plan to, like, once I have a child, I've always been thinking to go back to Sweden, regardless of the pandemic. Two UFOs appeared. Cool. Okay, I'll order coffee now. Kaffe latteホットでお願いします。
サイズ M と L でございます。
じゃあ M で。はい。
150円。
はい、スイカでお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。
はい、お願いします。Some toppings. Country roads, thank you very much. Thank you. This is always very tricky to do it on the one hand. Okay, I made it. Thank you, Country Roads, for the super chat, and sorry to keep you waiting. I got my 150 yen Family Mart standard blend cafe latte. Oh, someone wanna buy a house around here? That's surprisingly cheap. Doesn't say how far it is from the station though. My guess is that it's very far from the station. Then you can find houses for that kind of prices If it's closer to a station, it will be much more expensive. Nikuman is delicious in winter. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I often have Nikuman whenever I need a quick snack during the winter months. I like it too. So it's currently, wow, look at this very over the top entrance to an otherwise very humble very humble apartment building, but the entrance was very crazy. How much? Not 5,000 yen for a house, no. 50 something million yen. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but 50. So that price was listed in 10,000 yen. So 5,000 something, 10,000 yen, which is kind of confusing. But yeah, that's how large numbers are written here. Let me see how far the park is from here. Hope I wasn't too optimistic. Since I do have my haircut appointment, I can't. I have to finish the stream around 3 o'clock Japan time. Oh, but according to Google, we're just 15 minutes away. Perfect. So yeah, that house was, yes, about $500,000 US. Yup. That's kind of on the low end for a newly built house in this part of Tokyo. And yeah, that's because it's far from the station. Like I said, if it was closer to Futako Tamagawa station, it would be more like 80 plus 70-80 million yen plus. Risk of flood near Tamagawa River. Yeah, if it's too close to the river, it could be a bit risky. Oh look, there's another cat. I don't think this little river, Nogawa River, is probably not too much to worry about. QB House, 1,000 yen. No, I'm not going to QB House. I'm hoping, so I'm trying a new hairdresser because my previous one is missing in action. So I'm trying a new one, and I hope he's good. Then I will be a regular there. But I think a haircut is about 5,000 yen there. So a little bit expensive, but hopefully that's reflected in the skill by the person who cuts my hair. Might also be worth, on the topic of houses and housing costs, those prices are kind of normal family-sized houses, which are roughly 80 square meters. I don't know what's that in square feet. Maybe someone can convert it, but it's probably way smaller than your average size of a house in your country, especially for a detached house. Maybe I will get a massage. Yeah, maybe some do that. That would be nice. Yeah, 5,000 yen is kind of mid-range price for a haircut here in Tokyo. My wife probably pays more like 10,000 yen for a haircut, but there are plenty of shops where you can get a haircut for as little as 1,000 yen. So $860 square feet. Yeah, that's a small house in most countries, I think. But that's kind of like a normal sized house here in Tokyo these days. Houses used to be bigger in Japan, but what happened is that people had big plots of land, but then the prices went up, so they cut off their land, sold half of it and built a smaller house on the remaining part, and then maybe they did that again and again. So these days what most people can afford is just a tiny plot of land if it's anywhere near central Tokyo, so they can't really build much bigger than that. Usually those 80 square meter houses are at least 2, sometimes 3 stories. But yeah, I don't think in Sweden you wouldn't really find... Oh wait, can I go here? Ah, maybe there's some construction work. Let's see. I will ask this guy. What about apartment sizes? It's kind of the same. A normal family-sized apartment here is around 70 to 80 square meters. Of course you can find bigger ones, but I think the most common size. Toremasu ka? Hi. Hi. Yeah. Usually when you see like new ads for newly built apartments, usually the size they always promote tend to be around 70 to 75 square meters. I don't know if there are any really long-time viewers with me right now, but I think it's like probably well over a year ago I did a stream, and somewhere around here I bumped into an old man. It was a twilight walk, and I bumped into this old man who was taking photos of bats flying over this river. That was around here. Not exactly here, not this bridge, but somewhere around here. Let's see if we can cross. It's a bit of a busy road here, but I don't see any crossing. Let's see. Yeah. Not sure what kind of factory or facility this is, but it's big. I know that much. Really huge. Christmas drinks with VR developers in the metaverse. Wow, that sounds cool. Are you working with those kind of things? Oh, hello Yari. You're up early today. Welcome. Good that someone woke you up. Oh, but actually this time is not too early. There are, I think, normal people in Europe already awake. Usually my streams are a bit earlier than this. think it might have been this bridge over here where I met that old man taking photos of bats. Does anyone remember that? Is there anyone watching now who was with me on that stream? I think that was probably the summer of 2020, late summer 2020, when I was kind of new to live streaming. Bit of a wonder did his first live stream today. Wow, too bad I didn't manage to catch that. Would have loved to watch. And I think actually that park, which will be my goal for today's walk, is not too far off now. It might be just a little bit further down here. Might have been there. What place again? I don't remember what exactly where I walked on that stream, but I do remember. Maybe I think that stream I just basically followed this river. And then on this bridge there was an old man who was quite talkative, taking photos of bats. Let's see, let's go down. Can we walk here? Or is this a one-way road? Oh, it's a one-way road. Too bad. I do, and I also remember the old drunk man. The old drunk man. Not sure who that might have been. But yeah, George, you've been with me for quite some time. I wonder what they're building here. Looks like a pretty massive construction project. I wonder if it's going to be apartments or if it's going to be more like some industrial use. I wonder, this might be it. It might be in here actually, let's see. Or... yeah, this is a part of it, but I think the Edo era place is over here. So let's walk through the park, this last bit. That will be nice. Wonderful. Let me just, I finished my coffee. I just want to put this somewhere in my bag to get my hands free. I think I want to be able to snap some photos around here. Okay, there we go. Little bamboo forest here. Can I walk up here? Can I be surrounded by bamboo trees? That would be nice. Kinda. Not exactly like the bamboo forest in Arashiyama, Kyoto, but still kind of nice. As always, I will be posting some of the photos I'm snapping on the walk. I will be posting them on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter yet, please consider doing so. The link is in the video description. Hey, do I actually... Oh, okay, good. There's a traffic light here. So I should be able to cross and then maybe walk down here. Look at this very old clock, but still working, it seems. It is showing the right time. Here we have a bit more detailed map of this area. Okay, let's continue down. Oh, there was actually a tunnel here that I could have taken. But yeah, let's visit the Edo era. Well-made old stuff, definitely, yeah. It looked really old, that clock. And I'm pretty sure that if it would have been anywhere else than Japan, it would have probably have been broken by now. I think the traditional buildings should be down here. And yes, it's open. Okay, great. I was worried because, like I said, the last couple of times I passed here, it's been closed. But I think they did some like renovation works, and that's why. Oh, it should be open. Yay! This is allegedly what this place used to look like a long time ago. And probably most of this area, most of the outskirts of Tokyo was still farmland for until quite recently. People used to live in houses like this. This is very typical when you go to like museums and exhibitions in Japan, and it always bothers me that basically the only things that they bother translating into English are the rules, the list of things that you are not allowed to do, but they rarely bother translating the stuff that actually matters. Because it shows what their priorities are. But yeah, a few old buildings with thatched roofs, which used to be quite common in Japan, and you can still find a few villages in rural Japan with houses like this, but basically these roofs need to be maintained regularly, and the people with that know-how is severely lacking. So it's very, very expensive to maintain buildings like this, and that leads to, you see like many buildings with roofs, they basically just put an iron or metal roof with this shape on top of it rather than replacing it. Have you ever been to the Edo Open Air Architectural Museum? I actually have not. It's one of these places where I've been thinking for so long that I want to go and check it out. But for some reason, mostly like logistical reasons, because that place is it's very far from where I live. And I think that's like the main reason why I haven't bothered going there yet. But it seems pretty cool. I would like to go there sometime. I don't know if you can see the airplane. Maybe someone in the chat will tell me which flight that was. But at least I do appreciate that they maintain this place and that it's kept as a kind of public park. You don't have to pay any entrance fee or anything to go here. That's kind of nice. Konnichiwa. So this is, I don't know, I'm not sure at all. But my guess is that this is where they might have kept horses here in this part. Oh, what's this? Daikon. Wait, so much reflections. Like daikons and the Japanese imperial flag. Interesting. There's, I guess, old stove. Last time I came here, which was many years ago, when it was open, then they had a small little kind of Showa era kiosk in one of the houses, which was kind of cool. Oh, this also, whenever you go to these historical towns where there are many houses like this, you always see these as well. This is like a fire, like a water cannon in case of fire, so that they can put it out quickly and efficiently. Because obviously fires are not very good around these types of buildings. No Jenny today. No, I guess not. I guess not. But yeah, this is a nice little park. I will come here. I will take Minnie Explorer here sometime, maybe in the spring. Then she can run around. I will show you the part just outside of here too, shortly, where there's more of a kind of normal park, but I think they have a little rice paddy as well. Have I ever experienced a person in the street ask me to turn off the camera? No, I have not. I try to be mindful and not to cause other people inconvenience when I'm filming. And knock on wood, so far, so good. Yeah, why is everybody always interested in asking if I get in trouble? I don't know. But people do ask that very often. That is right. I'm not sure why. I'm glad I made it here, and I'm glad this place is still, that it was open. It would have been a bit of a disappointment if I walked all the way and just to find that it was closed. you show a close-up of the roof? Sure. And from what I've heard, you basically always need to keep a fire burning in these kind of buildings to kind of keep the roofs free from insects and stuff. ここ入って大丈夫ですか？はい。This is what it looks like from the inside the roof. What's this? I think some of it are like old sandals or shoes, maybe these, but I wonder what this bigger thing is. Here's some pumpkins. Traditional rain gear. Is that so? Dragon Guard. Wow, thank you so much. A very generous super chat. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Sheds rain and snow. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. Coming here made me realize how poorly educated I am when it comes to these things. So that's why I'm kind of like, I hardly dare to say anything because I'm afraid that what I would be saying would be wrong. So that's why I'm so quiet. I have to admit that like history is not really my biggest interest in this world, but right now I feel like I should at least know a little bit more about these kind of traditional buildings, considering for how long I've been in this country. Can you organize a tour? Yeah, I guess I should with a proper guide. Someone who can gives a good explanation of all these interesting details. But finding that person, someone who speaks English, that might be a bit difficult. That's a piece of tofu and some mikan. Yeah, I hope there's someone in the chat who can give a bit of explanation to what we're seeing. Someone who can fill up for the gaps in my knowledge. Or maybe I just need to educate myself and then come back here and give you a better explanation next time. It's a very nice place, but part of it looks like it's still under construction here. I believe there used to be more houses, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think we basically walked through most of it now. But yeah, let me show you the outside of this park as well before I wrap up today's stream. And again, sorry for being so quiet in there and for my lack of knowledge. I feel dumb. Last time I came here was in spring, and back then it was, now this season looks a little bit sad, but yeah, back in spring it was very kind of nice with these fresh green colors. Yeah, I think these are rice paddies actually, but obviously this is not the season for growing rice, so it looks a bit sad and deserted. But yeah, we did have a helicopter coming to the Edo era village. Wouldn't even know these places here without you. Yeah, I guess that's right. I am contributing something. No, I know way more about the current Japan and Japanese society and modern Tokyo. But when it comes to Japanese history, like, I don't know, a lot of people love Japan or are obsessed with like samurai and ninja and Japanese history and whatnot. I've never been one of those. I've never been particularly interested in any history. So yeah, I'm not the right person to give a tour of a historical theme park, I'm afraid. But I hope you enjoyed seeing it at least, and I hope maybe some of you might come visit here sometime in the future with ideally with someone who can give you a proper explanation of everything you're seeing. But for me and for today's walk, I am afraid I have to wrap things up pretty soon and start heading back in order to make it for my haircut. But yeah, I think that will be it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little walk, and I hope that I can do a stream tomorrow. Quite likely it will be a bit earlier than usual, maybe starting like around 10 or so Japan time, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm even able to stream tomorrow. So yeah, can't make any promises, I'm afraid, but I will be back with another walk soon. That much I know. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hej då. Vi ses. Auf Wiedersehen.